Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been doing well. Today's video is an updated fine jewelry video, and I'm also adding in the two pieces I have that are not fine jewelry but still from designers. And yeah, it's been a few years since I did one of these videos. I will link to that one if you missed it, but I've certainly added some pieces since then, so I thought I would go ahead and do an updated video. So I'm still personally going to call this a pretty minimalist collection. I really don't have anywhere close to the fine jewelry collection that I know a lot of other people have. If you compare what I have to my handbag collection, and I know you can't really compare them, but I just mean percentage wise, I have so many more handbags than I do fine jewelry. And in the past couple years, I've really made the intentional decision to stop buying costume jewelry, and I got rid of most of those items, and I really have been focusing more on finer jewelry pieces that I can wear every day. I'll talk a little bit more about my style and why I chose the pieces that I chose, and at the end I'll kind of just go over my wish list and what I do want in the future. And then the last thing I need to say is I don't own any earrings because I don't have my ears pierced. I'm one of the few women I know in my own life, besides my mom, who doesn't have their ears pierced, and so it is kind of a missed opportunity, I guess, but on the bright side, I am saving a lot of money, so depending on how you look at it. So if you are an earring lover, my apologies that you won't see very much eye candy in this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is go over my two watches, and I only have two watches here, and this is the one I pretty much wear every day. This is from Cartier. And this is a vintage one from the 80s. It was my mom's, and she just ended up giving it to me like a long time ago, and it's been pretty much my daily watch since then. I have gotten the band replaced, and I probably will need to get it replaced again pretty soon because you can see that it is kind of deteriorating here. All right, work with me. Yeah. You can see that the band is definitely deteriorating, and even the little extra loop thing where you tuck in the strap has fallen off. So I will need to get this replaced at some point. I think I'm just gonna wait, to be honest. And here is what it looks like on my wrist. I love this watch. It's definitely a classic. I love how understated it is. I don't know the exact name of this, to be honest, just because it was passed down to me, and I don't have any of the original paperwork or receipt or anything like that. This is already the second band for this watch, so that just goes to show you how often I've been wearing this watch, pretty much almost every single day. I recently did get this serviced, and I had the battery replaced on a lot through Cartier, and they polished it up a little bit as well. So here is the watch, and here is the back of it. And yeah, this is a sentimental piece for me and probably something that I will never ever let go of. And here's my second watch, and this is the Chopard watch. This was actually originally part of their Happy collection, and I got this, oh my gosh, I think I was in maybe high school, probably college. My mom had a really good childhood friend who at the time worked in fine jewelry, and she had actually gifted me this watch, but this is not the original watch. So basically, I think I have it over here. Let me find it. Yeah. Okay, so the original strap was this yellow strap, and it's very dirty, and you can see it's been worn and loved, and it's kind of this rubbery material, and it basically like snapped, because with this particular material, that's like the rubbery material, if you don't wear it on a day-to-day basis, it will dry out and then it will just like snap. So I had it in storage, or just had it in a drawer or something, and I hadn't used it in a really, really long time, and I went to go try it on again, and the rubber parts had totally dried up, and it snapped when I tried to put it on. And this is actually, I think, the second strap, because the first strap also wore out, but not because of lack of use, but because I've been wearing it all the time. So in either scenario, that can happen. If you don't wear a watch strap that's made out of this material, it will dry out and snap. If you do wear it, it will also just kind of crack and fall apart. And this is part of their Be Happy collection. So basically, a few years ago, I wanted to start wearing this watch again, but the yellow just really didn't suit my style anymore. Like, that was definitely for me when I was in college. I'm much younger, and now that I'm more of an adult, I really wanted to elevate this look. But the original part of this watch, you can see this black part right here, it looks like a different texture than the band, right? And that is because it is. This part right here is that same rubber material as the yellow band, but when I took it into Chopard in New York, and this was, I believe this was last year, I do have a video where I reveal this watch to you, so I will link that above in case you missed it. But if I remember correctly, I took it in and I was just like, hey, I know that the face of this is yellow. It doesn't really suit my style anymore. I do want to keep this watch. I do really like it. What are my options to kind of upgrading this watch a little bit and just getting it fixed up? So basically, because of the way the watch is designed, they told me that they can remove the yellow and put a different color on, but it has to be one of the colors that they have for this specific watch. And the options were black, blue. The blue was really pretty. It was like a really bright blue, but because it was like rubbery, I just felt like it was a little too sporty for me. And then they also had red, I think. And the red, same thing. I really liked it, but it just felt really sporty, especially because of the material. So I did opt for black, and I'm really glad I did because I think from far away, you can't really tell the big difference in the texture. And, you know, up close, because I'm telling you guys, it is obvious that this is more of a rubber face. But if you look at it with the shine of the watch, and especially with the band that I chose, I think from far away it looks really, really nice. So let me put it on for you, and sorry about the glare, but you can see that I don't know, I really like the difference between this and the Cartier. They're totally different styles. So like one is square and the other is circle, and one is a gold color and the other is a white color. And then this one has like a burgundy brown strap and this one has a black strap. So I just really like that these two watches are very, very different, and I wear them with different outfits. Like I would say this is definitely more of an everyday, although sometimes if I'm wearing more of a darker or all black casual outfit, I will wear this as an everyday watch too. But this also, I would say, mostly comes out if it matches my outfit for a night out or for like a date night or something like that, just because it also does have 3 floating diamonds, as you can see right here, and the diamonds do move around. And yeah, that's kind of fun. I really like that a lot. And 3 is also my favorite number, so I just kind of love the fact that it has these 3 floating diamonds, but also it's pretty subtle. Like if you weren't really looking for it or you didn't know it was there, you might not notice it, which is something I really kind of like about it. So, and here's the back of the watch. You can see that it says Chopard, be happy. So let's move on to the 2 pieces of costume jewelry I have. And you guys, I have to say, I'm very proud of myself. There was a period where I was just like really looking at Chanel necklaces, and I really loved the like chunky, like long necklaces they had with the pearls and the CCs. And I was very close to pulling the trigger on one of those. And I'm so happy I never did. I'm so happy that I pivoted and I moved away from that and went more into fine jewelry. However, there are 2 items that I did get that are more costume jewelry from designer houses. And the first is this Chanel brooch, and I really love this. It is really beautiful. It's in this light champagne gold, and it has these crystals on the inner part of the CC. And I do just really like how subtle it is. A lot of the brooches I've noticed from Chanel are gigantic. They're kind of more like the size of this, maybe not quite as big as this hair clip, but this was one of the first ones I'd ever seen that was a little bit more on the smaller and more daintier side. So I picked this up in Hawaii in 2021, and I just fell in love with it immediately and purchased it on the spot. So I think this looks really, really pretty. You can put this on a blazer, you can put this on a dress. I just generally love the way that this looks. And the second piece of costume jewelry I have is from Gucci, and it is this hair clip right here. I have black hair, as you guys know, and I really, really like the way that this looks against my hair. I don't feel like it doesn't look as good right now, but in my hair, I really love the way that it looks. And I will sometimes wear this out to a nice dinner. I like the fact that it is definitely Gucci, like GG's. Because of the crystals, I also feel like from far away, you might not know that it's Gucci. Like you might just think like, oh, that's a really pretty crystal hair clip. And so really, these are the only 2 pieces of costume jewelry from designer houses that I have. One from Gucci, hair clip, and one from Chanel, a brooch. And I am really happy with these pieces, but at the same time, I am really happy these are the only 2 pieces I own, if that makes sense. So let's move on to necklaces. And I only have 1, 2, 3. I only have 4 necklaces in my collection to show you guys. I'm going to start with this one. And this is from the Paloma Picasso line, and it just says Peace and Rose Gold. My mom's name is Peace, and I actually originally had the bracelet from a few years ago, and I lost it, and I was so devastated. It's basically this on a bracelet, and I think the chain was just so delicate, I just like didn't notice when it fell off, and it really devastated me. So a couple years ago, I did just decide to go ahead and purchase the necklace version for myself, and I'm really glad I did. It is sentimental to me just because of the connection to my mom, and I also just really like how delicate and understated it is. This was my everyday necklace for a while, but it definitely got usurped by another necklace, which I will show you later. And secondly, we have this Van Cleef sweet mother of pearl necklace, and I absolutely love this. I bought this online during the pandemic, and it was a belated birthday gift to myself, I believe. I think I got it in June of 2020, and I just love how tiny and delicate it is. And I'm very, very happy that I actually went with this size. Mother of pearl is pretty delicate, and you're also not supposed to, wear it near water or anything like that. I love the yellow gold on this. I think it looks so nice with the white mother of pearl. The contrast of those two is just really, really stunning in my opinion. I just really love how delicate and dainty this piece is. Now, the reason why I'm so happy I went with the tiny size is because one, as you guys know, I do gravitate more towards delicate jewelry. And the other reason why is because it is so delicate, and I do feel like if there were any marks or dirt or anything like that, it would just show more if you had a larger surface area. So for that reason, I'm very happy that I went with the sweet size. And then the third thing is, I don't want to get caught in the rain with this. And maybe if I'm like really sweaty from a long walk or something like that, I don't want this to get damaged. So just really glad I went with the smaller version. This is a diamond solitaire necklace that my mom gave me, and this was just in her family and she passed it down to me. I really love it. It's a very, very simple necklace, just a diamond solitaire, and it's fixed, as you can see, so it doesn't move around on the chain, which is really nice. I just love this piece. Very stunning, very simple, very understated, and definitely wear this out for nicer occasions. It is pretty understated, so I feel like you could wear this every day if you wanted to. I generally don't. I will say there are times when I travel where I want to wear this to a nice dinner or something like that, and I will wear it on my travel days because I'm kind of terrified of losing jewelry. Even if I pack it really well in my luggage or something, jewelry is so tiny that I'm just kind of afraid that it will get lost, or I don't know, just like shuffle around with my other things, the other bajillion things I'm packing. And so with something this valuable and this meaningful and sentimental to me, I will just wear it on the airplane because then I can just feel for my neck and know that it's there rather than like misplacing it within my bag. And the final necklace I have is the Van Cleef Alhambra hammered version in the rose gold, and this is in the vintage size. So the one I have here is in the sweet size. So let me just bring them up close so you guys can see the difference in size. And I really like the rose gold a lot. This has actually been the one that I've been wearing every single day just because it matches the bracelet that I have. And I love the rose gold. I think it's very subtle. I think it really kind of blends in with my skin tone a little bit. So it's not super obvious from far away that I'm wearing fine jewelry. I also think because of the way that the texture is with the hammered design, it kind of hides its dirt a little bit more than it would with something very smooth and lighter colored like the mother of pearl. So I really do feel like this is a really good hard wearing piece. Obviously, if I get stuck in the rain with this, if I'm like running down the street and I get a little bit sweaty, I'm not concerned about this with moisture, whereas I would be with this one. So that's kind of another reason why I just feel like because this is such a hard wearing piece, I have been wearing this a lot more pretty much every single day since I got it. And I bought this in Japan this past November. I'll link to that video if you guys missed it, but I got it at such a good deal. And so to me, when I saw it, it was kind of a no-brainer, and I'm so happy that I got it when I did. So let's move on to rings, and I pretty much only have 3 rings, or 4 rings I should say. This first ring is one that I wear every single day, and this is also a family ring, and this is just 5 diamonds. My mom passed it down to me when I turned 25, and yeah, I just love this. I wear this every single day and I never take it off. I probably need to clean it, to be honest. It's been a while since it's been cleaned, but it is just a really, really beautiful, simple ring, and this is pretty much the only piece of jewelry that I never take off. Everything else I love wearing every day, but as soon as I get home, for me, it's kind of like taking off my bra. I don't know why that is, but like I just love taking my jewelry off when I go home. It feels a little bit like my armor. Like it's like the last thing I put on before I leave the house, and it's kind of just like, okay, now I'm ready to face the world. And then when I come home, I just want to take all my jewelry off. So I don't know if anyone else is like that, but that's how I am. So the other ring I have is, this is a Gucci pink sapphire ring, and I bought this from Fashionphile at one of their Lunar New Year sales a couple years ago, to be honest, and it's been pretty much my go-to ring on this hand ever since then. I love this ring. It's rose gold with pink sapphires, like I said, and it is just so beautiful. Also probably needs to be cleaned, but I just love it. It does kind of remind me of the Cartier love ring with the diamonds, although obviously this is a much more affordable price point than that one is. And I think the pink just kind of blends in with the rose gold, and just, I don't know, it just is a nice like subtle look, which I really like. And the last 2 rings I have are 2 tiny, very delicate rings. They're both from Anissa Kermish. Kermiche. Sorry, I literally have no idea how to pronounce her name, but I did get both of these off of Net-a-Porter, I believe. Maybe one of them I got off of Farfetch, I can't remember. But this one is my birthstone, and so the aquamarine is in the middle, and it's flanked by 2 teeny tiny diamonds, and then this one is just diamonds, and it's really, really beautiful. I love that both these rings are super delicate, as that is my style, and I also love that they are adjustable. You can move the ring around with these and resize them for any finger on your hand, which is really, really great. So let me just quickly show you guys. So here you can see, just by going like this and then taking that and then moving it up. And so you can just tighten it like that right here. And then when you flip it around, you have the ring, and you can put it on any single finger, which is great. So 3 is my favorite number, like I said, and so just the fact that this had 3 different motifs, I just really liked. I also just really loved how tiny the diamonds were, but I do really like this design too. And then here is the aquamarine one. Just put it on my index finger so you guys can get a feel for how you can change it up with these adjustable rings. So I just love the fact that it's adjustable. It just makes the ring so much more wearable and versatile for me. And there is the aquamarine version. And moving on, we are moving on to the final pieces of my collection, which is just my bracelets. And I will start with this one. This is the first bracelet that I acquired, and this is the Just Unclue in the small size with the diamond. So this is the one where you can just move it like this instead of having that opening mechanism. I personally just love the way that this looks. I'm happy I went with the small. I know that the regular size is much more substantial, but for me, being able to wear this every single day, I just really like the small version a lot. And I bought this for my birthday a few years ago, and I just absolutely love it. And this is the rose gold. I know it's hard to tell. Cartier's rose gold is very, very subtle. It's not super obvious. I think the Van Cleef and Tiffany rose gold is definitely way more prominent, that you can tell it's rose gold from far away. And with Cartier, you're not quite sure if you just see it on your own. But I do really, really like this a lot. And the second one I got is the Van Cleef Sweet 6 motif bracelet, and this is the Alhambra, obviously, with the 6. So with the sweet size, if you get the bracelet and it's in the sweet size, it will come with 6 motifs. If you get the Alhambra bracelet in the vintage size, it will only come with 5 motifs. And so keep that in mind. I'm happy I went with the sweet size. I feel like this one is not as common. I know like a lot of people have the 5 motif bracelet, and I would love to add one to my collection someday, but I just really like the teeny tiny flowers on this. I do pretty much wear this every day along with my Just Unclue bracelet, and I absolutely love it. I did get it resized, although in hindsight, I'm kind of wondering if I should have sized down even more, to be honest, because it still kind of goes pretty far down here, but I don't know, maybe I'll get it resized even further someday, but for now I'm just gonna keep it the way that it is. And then finally, here she is, the latest addition to my collection. This is the Etincelle bracelet in the size 16 in white gold from Cartier. I did do a video on this reveal, so I will link to that in case you missed it, but I absolutely love her. So when I filmed and uploaded the video, it was before my birthday, and I just wanted to show you guys the reveal, but I actually put her back in the box and have not used her until my birthday passed. So since my birthday just passed, I haven't used her that much in comparison to the other pieces that I have had. So in that video, I did say that I'm playing around with my everyday pieces, like I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate her to my collection. Maybe I might wear her by herself, maybe I'll wear her with the other bracelets, I'm not 100% sure. So I am still playing around with it, and I haven't quite decided how I'm going to incorporate her into my everyday collection just yet, but I do really like the way that this looks. And here is how she would look a little bit more stacked, like that, with the mixed metals. And then if I wanted to wear her with my watch, this is how that would look right there. I also just really like the way that the diamonds are very tiny, but they do pack a punch in terms of sparkle. I also just really love the shape of this bangle. So I'm trying to get it so you guys can see. Can you see just how oval that is? Like, it really fits your wrist incredibly well, kind of the same way that the Cartier Just Unclue does. I really think Cartier has done a good job with designing their jewelry in the sense that it is very oval. It does fit your wrist very well, just because these are definitely oval shaped and not round. And it just is a very comfortable fit on your wrist. I don't really know how else to explain it because I just realized I don't have any round bangles, but if you do have a round bangle, let me know what you guys think of it. But I really like this oval bangle because I just really feel like it's a seamless fit and it's very, very comfortable. So now that I actually went through my collection, let's go over what's on my wish list. Now, this is not really a realistic wish list in the sense that I don't think I'm going to get these pieces anytime soon. Like, it's definitely not going to be this year, so this might be for next year. But these are things that I have been thinking about for a while, and maybe we'll try to save up for eventually. We will see. The first two items I really want, though, don't even exist, and let me explain a little bit. So I would love to get the Just Unclued ring, but I want basically the small version of this. Like, I want the small size, not the regular size, and then I want the diamonds on the nail head and the nail tip, which doesn't exist. I believe with the small ring, you have two options. You can get it plain without the diamonds, and then they do have one that does have diamonds, but the diamonds go all the way around over here, and I don't really know if I want that, to be honest. I would just love one that matches this exactly, and it doesn't exist yet. So Cartier, if you're listening, I would love for you to come out with that. I think that would be gorgeous. And the second piece that I want that doesn't exist is a ring version of this, because I love wearing rings, and they just make me happy whenever I look down on my hands. And so if this came in a ring form, I would buy it in a heartbeat. They do have one that says love, but they don't have one that says peace. And so Paige and Tiffany, if you guys are listening, I would love for you to create a peace ring that I would buy and wear every single day. The other things on my list, I do want to get a tennis bracelet at some point. That's not super high on my priority list, but that would definitely be something that I feel like could help complete my collection a little bit more. Also a tennis necklace, although I feel like I would probably get more use out of the bracelets. So I think the necklace would be a little bit more of a lower priority, but if I had a matching necklace and bracelet situation, I just feel like that would be stunning. The second thing I'd love to get someday would be the VCA Blue Agate 5 motif bracelet, because I feel like that would just match my Birkin so well. So I would love to get that at some point, but that one is a little bit lower on my priority list just because I feel like I wouldn't wear it every single day. And for pieces like this, I really want something that I'm going to get the cost per wear down. I would love to add a third watch, and the third watch that I would get would be the Cartier Panther watch. But the one I want is the gold one, and those are just absurdly expensive. Like, I'm just not gonna drop that much on a watch anytime soon. I know that they have vintage ones I've seen for about half the price, but even those run around $10,000, I want to say. So I think that would probably be the route that I go, that if I ever got the Panther watch in the gold, it would definitely be a vintage pre-loved piece. I need to save up for it. I just have to wait and see if there's one that comes up in really good condition and at a decent price. So that would be kind of on the list for watches. And then, like I said, this does kind of resemble the love ring with the diamonds. I think I would love to get that at some point. That's also not super high on my priority list because I do have this, and this does kind of scratch the itch, but I've seen those in the store and they're so beautiful, and the diamonds are just so sparkly, and yeah, I just think that that's a stunning ring. The bracelet, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't turn it down if anyone offered it to me, but I think I would go for the ring over the bracelet just because I do like to take my jewelry off, and that's a big reason why I don't have a love bracelet, and I'm probably never gonna get a love bracelet. But if I had the funds for the diamond version, like, maybe I would love to add that eventually. But realistically, I feel like the ring is much more suited to my lifestyle and something that I would probably wear on a daily basis if I ever got it. So that would also be something that I would consider too. And then finally, Tiffany has these gorgeous aquamarine pieces, and since aquamarine is my birthstone, I would love to add something from Tiffany in aquamarine. They have a really beautiful ring, and I think also a really beautiful necklace. One of those pieces I would love to add to my collection someday, so maybe that would happen in the next couple years. I'm not really quite sure. Again, the thing with wish lists is that for me, they're always changing. Like, for example, technically this was not on my wish list. I just saw this in Japan, tried it on, fell in love with it, and then I fell in love with it even more when I realized how much money I was saving and just how affordable it was. I'm definitely leaving room for that to happen, where I just kind of like stumble upon something one day and I just absolutely fall in love with it, because I do kind of love that feeling a lot. I also love the feeling too of like saving for something and just really like working really hard and saving it and putting, a little bit of money every month away for a certain goal. I think that is also very satisfying. But for me, when I think about the true pleasure of shopping, it's kind of just like falling in love with something kind of instantaneously and not expecting to. And I also just love that feeling too. So both feelings are great. That is pretty much what's on my fine jewelry wish list for like the long-term future. Like I said, probably not going to acquire any of those pieces anytime this year, and maybe not even next year, but we will see what happens. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite pieces are. Let me know if you have questions about anything, and I will definitely do my best to respond. Other than that, I will just leave it here for now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would also subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.